Hey everyone, I'm Teresa. I am Jeremiah Dreams, and I want to say welcome and come on in. We're going to do something fun tonight. So as you come in, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me pull you up on my laptop so I can see your comments better. And bear with me one moment, and I'll get it pulled up here. How's everybody doing? Are you having a good week? I certainly hope so. There's Kim. Hello. How are you, girl? Hello. Come on in. Say hello. Let me know you're here. There's Misty. Hey, Misty. How are you? I hope y'all are having a good week, y'all. I got my hair did today. My daughter-in-law is in town. My son and daughter-in-law, I should say. And I got my hair done, and it feels so much better. I was really getting gray. So it's got a little bit of red to it. I kind of like it. She really does a beautiful job. So it's a win-win for us. But hey there, Patty. I've had a good day. We have been out shopping. We have a really cool mall here in Huntsville. It's an outdoor mall kind of thing. It's really nice. It's called Bridge Street. And so we got out with the girls. It was a pretty day. It wasn't as cold today as yesterday. And we just enjoyed the beautiful sunshine and getting out and about. That was awesome. Thank you, Misty. Hey there, Vicky from West Virginia. Thank you, girl. Hi, Patty. Hey there, Janice. Y'all come on in, say hello. Let your friends know I'm here and that we're on Craft Around the Clock tonight. And we're going to do kind of a cute little project. I hope it's cute. That's my plan anyway. But y'all, I have quite a few of these wood-looking chargers. These actually came from Dollar Tree several years ago, and I have quite a few of them. And with moving twice over the past year, I have forgotten about them, and I thought, wonder where those wood chargers are. And I got to digging around, and I found them, and I have a sort of a hem project in mind for this. Hey there, Jackie and Regina. How are y'all? Hey there, Montristica. I hope I said your name. I probably did not say your name correctly. I am so sorry. Hi there, Sue. But I want you to know I see you, and I appreciate you being here. Hey there, Joy. I'm so glad y'all are here. Thank you. Hey, Ruthie. All right, y'all. So I'm kind of into these older hymns. I'm older, believe it or not. And so some of these hymns really are near and dear to my heart. And the one that we're going to work with tonight, I don't know if y'all can see this. It is The Church in the Wildwood. I remember this from when I was a little girl. Monty, thank you. Thank you for helping me with your name. I will not forget that. Hey, Juanita, thank you for being here. So what we're going to do, I didn't get it down. Hold on a second. Let me grab it. I like to use when I'm working with paper because, first of all, I went online and made sure this was royalty free. I don't ever want to take that for granted because I don't always know when things were copyrighted and such. So I played it safe, and I did find that this one is safe to use. And I've actually printed it out in several sizes because I know if I use it in what looks like a normal size, it's not going to cover the center of my charger. So let me do this. I'm going to turn y'all down a little bit more so y'all can kind of see what we're doing. So I was cutting out, kind of trimming away the white whenever my time started, and I didn't realize that I was cutting it so close. But I'm just going to take this trimmer. I just have this one last piece to do. We're just going to trim this down just to mainly get the white edges off because that's not pretty. And that will help us. And two, I was thinking as I was trying to get the sizing right that I would use these larger prints to kind of fill in the space, and then maybe use this more accurate size for kind of the middle. But once we do that, we're going to do something pretty simple and hopefully lovely. Lovely is my plan. Up here, we'll see what happens. You know how that can go. Hey there, Susan. I love old hymns too. Regina, I do too, girl. So to me, The Church in the Wildwood and this wood-looking charger just kind of fit together. So you guys, whenever I am adhering paper. Like, this is printer paper. I want to use this acrylic medium by Liquitex to put this down because it's a much thicker medium and it won't saturate the paper to where it gets kind of, I don't know, distorted and just so liquidy. Oh, Susan, thank you. There's Teresa. Hello. Well, Regina, I don't ever want to take it for granted, so I thought I better play it safe and go check and make sure. Hey there, Tammy. There's my cousin Tammy. How are you, girl? And Debbie, how are you this evening? So good to see you. I'm so glad y'all are here. Susan, I've just kind of had a whirlwind the past few weeks. It's just kind of been crazy, but that's how it is sometimes. All right, so what I thought I might do even is to cut this up a little bit so that it kind of trims the outer circle, and then we'll put our hem in the middle. I've got scissors here somewhere. So I'm going to kind of just see what I can do here and just kind of use my finger to kind of crease the center part of this circle, and then we're going to trim it out. Hopefully it's going to be pretty close. And then we'll wet it and we'll just kind of tear it away from there. And I think I can go right down the middle and kind of get the rest of my circle. So tell me, what have you guys been up to today? We just had a good day getting out and about in the sunshine. It's just felt so good, y'all. It's been such a joy to have my son and his wife in town. I'm going to go ahead and trim right up the center of this. So it's almost going to be like a collage of this hem. It's the same hem that we're going to do as the foundation for this piece. Let me get a brush. And we're just going to start laying this in. And you're going to see, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the paper. And it just doesn't saturate the paper to the point that it just kind of curls up and just gets nasty. It doesn't do well, you know. All right. I need to get some more of this. I'm starting to get a little low on it. I've used it quite a bit. Okay. Hopefully this will be. And I want to make sure I've got my grains in my charger going the way I want them to be. Make sure I'm getting it kind of straight. Plus, you can kind of manipulate this a little bit. You know, it doesn't dry immediately, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of position it the way you want it to be. Okay, and I'm just going to take my thumbnail and kind of trace and edge and get a cutting line determined. What are y'all saying? Hey there, Rosetta. Good to see you. You're getting ready to move. Debbie got her hair cut and went to Dollar Tree. You know what? I was telling my daughter today, we were going to Bridge Street, and I said, you know, we don't have a Dollar Tree Plus in Huntsville. I cannot believe it. She said, what's a Dollar Tree Plus? And I said, well, it's like Dollar Tree kind of zhuzhed out. Dollar Tree on steroids. And I said, I'm really surprised. We've got quite a few Dollar Trees in our area, but we don't have a Dollar Tree Plus. So hopefully one of these days somebody will get with the program and we'll get one here. I think we would have a better selection, because right now I haven't been all that impressed with what our Dollar Trees have done. But this is just printer paper. I went online to make sure it was safe to use this hem, not infringing on any copyright laws, just to play it safe. And then I just printed it, downloaded. Actually, I took a picture. I have this old hymnal. I'll show y'all. This is an old hymnal. Look at this. Look how old this is. I've shown y'all this one before, but it's been a little while. This one is actually from Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary. It belonged to my ex-father-in-law. Let's see what the copyright date on this hymnal is. I took a picture of the hymn out of this hymnal and then printed it from there so that I could get the sizes I wanted. And I may not be able to find. I know he had written his name in the front and dated it 1951. But I'm not seeing a copyright. It's by Broadman Press in Nashville, if that tells you anything. It's, oh, here we go. 1926. Copyrighted 1926. Isn't that cool? Did you, Regina? I hadn't thought about going, but you know, being a musician myself, having worked in the church for quite a few years, I've got several hymnals. So you guys, this is what we have so far. And it's going to work perfect for me to take my normal size hymn. I want to kind of get this title in here. And it's going to round out beautifully. And I'm just taking my thumbnail and kind of scoring it. Get a nice circle going on here. I want it to kind of meet. Let's see. I know I could take my water pen and do it also, but we're going to kind of start with this, and then we'll go to the water pen to kind of trim it a little more if we need to. Now this, it just printed like this. This is not actually the page out of the hymn book. As a musician, I have a hard time tearing pages out of a hymn book. So I take pictures of the page and then print it. I just can't do it, y'all. I just, something about it. I just can't bring myself to tear the page out. You know, it's old and it's just hard for me. It was coming apart. Tammy can't either. I play the piano. I play a little guitar. Not enough to really claim it. But my son plays guitar incredibly well. But I play piano. In fact, we were talking the other day. Y'all, I have been playing for church just about my whole life. I started playing the piano for church in the 5th grade. And I played for church. Well, until I married and moved to Nashville with my husband, and we lived there for 13 years. But when we came back to Kentucky, we were in the music ministry, and I played for church again. And that was, my son was a baby when we moved back. He was only 6 months old, and he will be 26 years old next month. So I played for church until I moved to Huntsville a little over a year ago. And I've just played church music my whole life, y'all. So I've played everything from the old hymns to the modern contemporary Christian music, the praise and worship. I've done it all. So so this that I'm using to glue it down is Liquitex acrylic medium. I love it because it's not as thin as glue or something like that. So it doesn't saturate your paper to the point that it's just kind of, not very good for using. This matched up pretty well. I've got a couple of little places we can trim if I want to. It's not really going to be a deal breaker because we can even edge this further if we want to. But it did pretty well. There's a couple of little places I want to change. But that's how I handled the nice sizing of it, so that I kind of followed that. I'm going to go ahead and put just a little more of this down just to kind of get those edges sealed. I'm going to kind of stay away from this up here. Okay. I'm going to get this glue off this brush and stick it in some water. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to paint just a simple primitive church on here. Because it's old, it's wood looking, so a little primitive, simple church would be perfect. Thank you, Sue. Amanda, how are you? And Cynthia, how are you doing? I'm so glad all you guys are here. Vicky plays the piano but never read music. Oh my goodness. And you play guitar and fiddle. You're the pastor of your little country church. Oh, how awesome is that? Your son and husband are amazing at music too. That's awesome. Oh girl, listen, I think when we have talents, we're to give them back to the Lord and just bloom and you know, work in the things that he's gifted us in. That's just the way I've always believed. And that's the way I've always tried to live. And y'all, even with this page and being creative, I want the Lord to be glorified in this. And I know here on Craft Round the Clock, I can be open about my faith, and you guys understand that and appreciate that. You know, sometimes you have to be careful and not go overboard with it, and be respectful of others, but I enjoy being able to be who I am and share my faith. Yes. Hey there, Karen from Iowa. The world's largest popcorn ball. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me dry this just a little bit because I'm going to use my friction pen. And we're going to sketch out a church, and we're going to kind of paint it on here. And I don't think I want to do it super solid, but we're going to kind of play with it and see what feels right. Hey, Jerry, Mama Jerry, how are you doing? Good to see you. Y'all, let your friends know. And if you guys are new to me, and I would love for you to give me a follow here on Facebook and hang out with me from time to time. Oh, thank you, Mama Jerry. Hey, Cecile. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. You know, I don't play by ear very well. I do better. What I do is if I read music, and I will take what I see and I will zhuzh it up. I will add stuff to it. And so in that respect, I kind of play by ear, but I don't play by ear like what you're talking about. And I sure wish I could. It would have made my musical career much easier. Let me grab a drink. Thank you, y'all. I just got dry all of a sudden. Okay, let's sketch out our church. And what I'm using is a friction pen. Now, if you guys follow me, you guys know all about this friction pen. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to make just a scribble scrabble mess right in the middle. Y'all see that? I've just scribbled and just kind of made a mess and just doing all kinds of craziness. Okay, you see that? Now, let me show y'all. When you apply heat, I'm doing this through the camera, the ink disappears. Can you see that? So that's why I love this friction pen, because I can sketch out, and if I'm not happy, I can make changes and it's not ruined. So I love that about it. Just get the rest of those little markings off. Okay, so we're going to sketch out our church. So I'm going to make, kind of start up here, and we're going to make the roof. And I want it to be kind of sweet. So I'm putting a little bit of a slope to this roof. Trying to stay in my center. And then I'm going to come down and make the main structure. Do y'all want to see better? Let me see if I can turn y'all down a little more. See if I can even, I don't know, I hate to flip y'all too much, but hopefully y'all can see. It's so good to see everyone. Thank y'all for being here. We have 80 friends in the room. I love it, y'all. Okay, I've got to think here. I want to put another little foyer kind of thing right through here. We're going to just keep this pretty simple. And I'm just making this like sketching. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to change something. See, here's the beauty of this friction pen. We can erase real easy. I want to come up a little bit more because it's coming too far down to the bottom to suit me. So with this thing, we can start all over. All right, let's come up a little bit and let's do this. Let's change our angle of our roof a little bit. Come out a little. Make it a little bigger. And then we'll make our little foyer area, outshoot or whatever. Come this way. And these are just sketches for placement. So whenever we begin to paint this in, it's going to be even better. That looks a little bit better. Of course, we're going to put a little cross up here. So I'm going to go ahead and place that in. All right. I think I can take it from there. So I'm going to actually use some milky white. Let me get a palette here. And hopefully this is still going to be somewhat transparent. Hey everyone. Hey there, Estelle. I've about used all of this little tube, but I've got more. I've got a bigger tube in the wings. And this Master's Touch paint is going to be great for this as well, because it's a little thicker paint than what craft paint is. So I'm just going to kind of block in my church. And hopefully you can still see the music in here too. It is thicker paint, but it's going to still be, which the thicker paint is good because this is being painted on paper. We're just going to make this a sweet little country church, a primitive looking church. Kind of reminds me of a simple church that you might find in Gatlinburg or Sevierville or somewhere up in the mountains. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm just kind of outlining the main structure, and then we'll come back and put a little roof on it. And just fill this in, get a nice coat. So we've just got our basic shape right now. Can y'all see okay? Oh, girl, these chargers make great surfaces. Okay, so there's our basic shape. Okay? All right, so now let's add, I want to put a brown roof on here. I'm going to get, this is raw umber. I want to stick with these Master's Touch because they are thicker and they won't saturate the paper. Again, saturation is a concern. Now, this raw umber is a very dark brown, so we're not going to need much. Now, I'm actually going to take a little bit of the raw umber, and I'm just going to add it to this milky white that I already have on my palette and just kind of soften it because I don't want it super, super dark. See the difference that makes. All right, so now I'm going to take the tip of my flat brush and we're just going to run up through here and outline our roof. And I'm going to make sure I come enough over for the overhang. Y'all, we're just doing lines. Okay, you see that? So that's what we have now. So this charger is actually from Dollar Tree from several years ago, but I believe I have seen this style charger at Hobby Lobby. Y'all go check them out. The pretty chargers, I'll show y'all this real quick. I started this on Pinterest last night, Pinterest TV. And this is a charger from Hobby Lobby that's only $1.99. But look at the embossing on that. It's gorgeous, but $1.99. So they make great surfaces. They're just so, I don't know, it's just a neat way to have a little bit of decor. Hey, Darlia, how are you doing? There's Terry. How are you? Hey, Mary. I'm so glad to see you, girl. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to actually kind of mimic this again for the little foyer area or whatever that would be. I call it a foyer, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm kind of mimicking that roof for that. I probably should use my detail brush. Okay, so now, because so much of this is the same color, we're going to add a little shadow work that's going to make our foyer pop out without painting that foyer again. And the way we're going to do that, I'm actually going to go ahead, I'm thinking how I want to do this. I'm going to actually use some of this acrylic paint that I'm kind of leery to use, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I'm going to mix it with some more of this milky white so that it will kind of have some of that consistency. Let's see if I can get some more of this out of this tube. But I've got my big tube ready. Hey, Anita. You got some of these at Dollar General. Okay, got you. Hey there, Kathy. I'm glad to see you again. Hey, Wendy from Canada. Thank you for being here. Listen, if any of you guys are new to me, I invite you to give me a follow and hang out with me from time to time when I'm creating. I would love for you to be here. Now, we're going to take a little bit of this brown and mix it in with this milky white. And we're going to create kind of a shadow that's going to help us. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I do want to do this. I'm going to go ahead and use my detail brush. And this is a script brush. It's my favorite brush, I do believe. This is going to actually be like a shadow area. So it's going to kind of be the offset, and I'm going to even pull it out a little bit, pull some of that color out to create more of that shadow. Let me grab some water and pat it off. And we're just going to kind of blend it in. Got a little too much water there, but that's okay. We'll just blend it. And this is going to kind of give the illusion for our sorry, I was concentrating, forgive me, for our little foyer area. So can y'all see this okay? The vestibule, yes, that's it. That is it. Yes, you got it, girl. Thank you. Okay, we're just going to add, kind of blur this out. Can everybody see okay? If y'all want me to turn it down some more, where you can see a little better, I'll be glad to. Okay, just kind of filling in some shadow area. Then I'm also going to pull this color up into the roof a little bit just to give a little shadow indication there. Thank you. Dustin, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. I came across something on YouTube today with you in it, or about you doing coaching or something like that. We're going to add some of this shadow over here, even to the side, just to help accentuate this part of the church too. I like to keep it pretty muted. Get a little bit more water. My paint dries out with the lights and the fan and all of that. And I'm just going to go through and kind of blur some of this a little bit, just so we don't have such harsh lines. Does it look good, Vicki? Thank you, girl. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Here's our little primitive church. I want to put just a little more brown. It's like once you get it done, you got to kind of step away from it a little bit. And let's just come with just a little bit darker. Very gently add a little darker just to edge it. I love the brown tones that we're using on this. And I like to kind of sometimes ease into the color so that I don't overdo it, because it's easier to add color than to take away color. Add a little bit of this darker brown right up under this roof. You guys, I have, if you're interested, a monthly workshop. It's not even monthly anymore. I need to change the name of it because we actually meet every Monday night and we're doing some really beautiful projects over there. It's a private group. It's only $12.95 a month. And if we have time, I'll show you kind of what our current project is. It's really pretty. And we're going to be meeting. I didn't get to meet this Monday night with them. My son and daughter-in-law are here, and so we got kind of busy. But we are meeting right after my time here on Craft Round the Clock. So I'm just adding a little more of this color. So I want this just to look very primitive, very boxy, nothing super. I feel like it needs just a little more. And I like the loose feel of the colors. I'm just going to kind of blur this out a little bit. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Thank you, guys. I'm glad y'all love this. Hey, Mary Lou, how are you? Hey there, Sheila. Good to see you. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more. I'm going to, in fact, add a little more of this raw umber, just a little darker color. It's kind of makes it almost like a gray-black color. Need a little more water over here because it's just so dry from the lights and such. And then we're going to add a little more of this to our roof area just to give it a little more color. Let's see if I can get away with doing it this way. It needs to be just a little bit darker. Just to accentuate. Because it kind of gets lost in that music. There we go. That's feeling better. These little details just come together. All right, let's kind of box off our ends. We want them to be kind of boxy. Okay, now we need to do a door. Thank you, Juanita. Oh, thank you. I'm glad y'all are enjoying this. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to first use my friction pen. Let's dry this real quick. Got to make sure before I start. And see, as you dry, you can still see the music in behind. Thank you, guys. I'm glad y'all are enjoying this. Okay, I'm going to turn this around just for a minute because I want to draw in my door and I want to be careful. I'm going to, hopefully this will write, get the ink flowing. And then we're going to kind of have to put in our base here. Okay, so that's kind of what we're thinking for the door. Can y'all see that? Oh, thank you, Mary. Okay, let's kind of edge that in. I'm going to use this darker brown. We're just going to add this in. Let me make sure I've got a nice tip on my brush. And then whenever I dry this in a minute, these sketches will disappear. And then I'm going to also go right down the middle. I know this is upside down for y'all, but I need to do it kind of straight for me to kind of get the things lined up. Let's go ahead and kind of add a base here. Okay, and let me grab just a little bit of this milky white just to kind of subdue that a little bit so it's not so harsh. And then I'm going to add a little more milky white just along these lines just to kind of clean up things and kind of blend a little bit. We're going to add just, I love this lighter kind of brown that's going to add to this door. So I'm just going to mix between the milky white and the brown to kind of get that different color going for the door. Give it more of a rustic, primitive feel. And then we're going to edge the door a little bit more. So I'm kind of just going back and forth. Even going over the center line I made, because it's still going to show up. And just kind of freely put some of this brown in the center, and then we're going to come back over it with some milky white. It's kind of going to give it a texture effect. All right, let me show y'all what I've got so far. So you see how that gives, there's Katie. Hello, my friend. Oh, before I forget, y'all, I'm just talking away, totally forgetting about this. I have below a link because we're going to have a crafting retreat in October. And y'all, the link is below. It is at creativecraftingbykatie.com, and that is the link to the retreat that's going to be held in October. The first, I think it's the first week of October. Yes, she's live. You need this piece, Misty. So you guys, please make plans to join us. Katie, myself, Wendy, Mikey and Co. They're all going to be there, and we've got probably one or two more that may show up too. We're still planning and working, but y'all, we need y'all to sign up so we know how to do all the details too. But it's going to be in Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is a big antique German type town, and you guys we're gonna have a blast. Katie has done an incredible job of planning this retreat, and you're not gonna want to miss it. So please check it out and come be with us. All right, now let me look at this for just a second. We're gonna put some doorknobs on here, and y'all, I think I'm gonna use just some brown. Just to keep with the rustic, primitive aspect of this piece. I do too, Misty. I wish you could, girl. Thank you, Mary Lou. Oh, got you, Cassandra. Okay, there's extra water on my brush. Y'all, I gotta watch my time. Y'all, I'm almost out of time. How is it that these minutes fly by? I want to know. We're gonna put some doorknobs on here. I'm starting by just making some dots, and then we're going to connect the dots and put a little curve to it. I think, Misty, y'all, I believe there is a payment plan if anybody is interested. So check that out. Click the link and check it out. There are payment plans available. I can't talk. Okay, so one other thing I want to do before we go. Oh my goodness, y'all, the stress. I know, I wish I could come. I just could not work it out. I just couldn't work it out, girl. There's a lot going on. I'll put a little window right up here. With a cross pane. And then I'm going to pick up my Milky White and we're going to just kind of tone this down, make it look more like a windowsill. I have several friends out in Texas I would just love to meet, but I just could not work it out. Oh, it just makes me sad. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of white. Here's my white. Yeah. And I'm going to put that in this window real quick. For the glass effect. And I'm just going to kind of hash it in. And I'm going to pick up some of this raw umber and add that to this window up here. Just adding a little bit of shadow work. So if you guys would be interested in my workshop, we meet every week. Usually on Monday nights. This week I couldn't work it out. So we're making up for it tonight. Just adding a little bit of detail here. Just give me a holler. Send me a private message. It is only $12.95 a month. I want to add a little more detail through here. Whoops, got too much. And let's go right along here. And this is just to be, this was my intention, just to make it a primitive looking church. Nothing super fancy. Put a little shadow up under here. And let's go up under this side. And let's go up under this side. Okay. Here's what we have so far. Don't they though, Brenda? Okay, we need to add a cross before we leave, and we're about to leave. Oh my goodness. And this is just going to be a wooden cross. There we go. And there's certainly additional things that y'all can do, but this is what I just have had on my mind lately. And I'm going to probably edge this a little bit just to help finish that out. But this is what we have for tonight, y'all. I hope, let me raise my camera a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas on what you can do with just simple chargers. They make great surfaces. So get you one. They're not very expensive. And see what comes to mind, y'all. All right. Where did the cross come from? I just painted it. Thank you, Misty. Thank you, Cecile. Y'all, I had a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. If you're new to me, give me a follow. Come hang out again sometime. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Take great care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.